Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review, where I'm about to let you know what happened on the Equalizer that just happened this week, season 5, yes, episode 13, Lucky 13. Did y'all watch it, or y'all just waiting for me to talk about it? Either way, I'm gonna let you know what's going on. Listen, you know I love me some Queen Latifah. Big ups to Queen Latifah. Big ups to everybody else on the show. I hope this show goes at least 10 seasons. It is so good. Corny, yeah, but it's still good. I really can't wait until the families get together. It's refreshing, you know. Like I said, a little corny, but yet and still suspenseful, truthful, fair, little unrealistic, but it's a good show nonetheless. It kind of reminds me of Murder, She Wrote, you know, again, some suspense thriller. You know, like I said, a little corny, but it is real good. I like how she be taking names and everything. And if ever this McCall meets the Denzel McCall, now that will be explosive. Ooh, if I do a movie. Well, actually, he's gonna be retiring soon, from what I hear. He going to the ministry, if not already. He's finishing up his Othello run out there in New York. Big ups to Candy and Todd Production Company and everybody else involved. I wish I could go, but I can't. But who's to say? Maybe a whole lot of money will drop in my lap, and then I can go. Otherwise, big ups to them. Maybe at one point it'll come on what's that? Prime or something. Well, actually, we supposed to boycott Amazon, huh? Never mind. When is that supposed to end? Because child, don't listen. I'm dedicated. Don't get me wrong. I'm dedicated. I am dedicated. I ain't shopped at the Target people. I ain't shopped at the Walmart people. I ain't use Amazon. But anyway. We gonna get it together. They gonna come to their senses one way or another. Now listen, the Equalizer, it was good, y'all. It was good. And again, we all know how to start off. They always give us the rundown, pretty much. You know, the first scene is why Robin is out there being a vigilante. Here we go. So we see a woman running into a convenience store trying to buy a first aid kit. She hurt. She's not really moving her right limb, her right upper extremity. And then we see some people coming for her. She's going back to her hotel. She's trying to fix up her arm and everything. She goes back, and then she sees them people coming for her at the hotel. The hotel clerk is like, I don't know nobody, and gone somewhere. So they give him a little kiss ass. He was like, okay, she in room such and such. Oh, snitch. See, that's why now this is perfect example of snitches get stitches. He could have just, you know, said she left. I see her come and go, but this time I saw her with bags and she left in a red truck. Or just say I ain't seen her. Anything, but you know, anyway, I guess he really needed that. Was it $20? $100? I mean, listen, if you want to pay me off, I'm gonna need about 6 of them. What 600? And if it's somebody I think I don't like, okay, I'll give it to go. No, but seriously. So they bribed the man at the hotel front desk, but she escapes in time. So good for her. Next, we see Aunt Vi She is making breakfast and everything, but you know who was going for her breakfast morning date with Detective Marcus Dante. So the breakfast is really just for D, not Robin. Now, due to consistent dates with Marcus, she's just, really enjoying herself. It's refreshing and everything. And D receives a rejection letter for college. She wants to open up in front of him, but it's a rejection letter, child. So now her feelings are hurt. She's sulking and carrying on. Next, we see Robin meets with Mr. Marcus. Marcus, darling. Yes, he all quiet and cute and everything. He tell her he quit. Talking about the only job available somewhere in what's that? What I write down? I didn't write down. What's that over there? Along Staten Island. Staten Island. And maybe the NYPD, but again, it's in Staten Island. He don't want to go back with his crew because they're on their way to Florida to do some stuff. But anywho, he ain't with it. Like you said, he is back for his boys and for her. He ain't letting her go. She's that important. You want to give up your job. I know that's right. Ain't even got none yet. Now that's what I'm talking about. He making all these permanent moves for you and ain't even sniffed it. Child, go ahead, girl. That's what I'm talking about. What else happened, child? What else going on? Then Robin gonna offer a job to work with her. Girl, nah, Nah, he need his own work. Y'all need to combine and collab, do what y'all been doing. Nah, he can't work with you. Girl, are you crazy? So you want him to know everything. I mean, how deep in this are y'all? Y'all ain't even done nothing yet. Y'all just putting each other in each other's lives and carrying on. Did I miss something? He just got back. What's it? Episode 13. Episode 5, 6, maybe 7. I'm just saying. It's a little quick, but who's to say this? So then she gets a job call, and you gotta go. So it's about a military client, pretty much looking for the girl who we saw at the first part. Her name is Cass or Cassie. And she's known as to be a strong soldier. So he's real concerned. He knows she can handle her own, semicolon. However, comma, she ain't been heard from. And, it ain't like her just to be, MIA. So Harry starts to investigate her, with her, what's the call it? Her stuff is leaving my mind lately. What's the thing called, child? They're investigating and carrying on her financials. Thank you. Her her financials, because every time somebody do their financials, they got to see what's, okay, they've been over here, they've been over there, yada yada. So she ain't using her financials. That tells you she don't want to be caught. See, I already know. I'm already knowing. Something happened at the base, and she's trying to run from it. She in trouble. Either she did something or she knows something. Either way. And she's a woman. Come on now. And she, child, yeah. I'm already know. See, I've seen so many of these murder mysteries and law enforcement shows and medical shows. I dang near know what's gonna happen the first 8 minutes of the show. Just saying. So Harry's investigating more and more, and then he finds out that she visited her parents. And of course, the parents gave her some cash, and they only had like $200, because that's all they had. They ain't, made of money, nothing like that. So we all know where 200 is going, how far that's going to take her. They can't, do too much. They can't go to her account and get it, because then they're going to find out that they know where she at or they're in contact with her. So anywho, we find out a little more. And then the dad said that Cassie mumbled how the army is not what they say they were. So now that puts more into Robin's brain matter. Okay, so it's definitely she's running from the military. Something happened there. And 9 times out of 10, unfortunately, the first thing to pop up is some essay. Some unwanted intimacy that was most likely of the violent nature. And unfortunately, now they're investigating based off of that. So they got to be real careful, right? Not to tip off, because they don't know who did it. Hell, it could have been the actual client that called them, because you know how that be. They call you trying to find out where their victim is. Next thing you know, oh yeah, we got them. So then they come, hi, I missed you. Next thing you know, pop, pop, how they go. Things like that can happen. Anywho, so now we see Robin at the military base. She sees an old friend. He's a general. He's an HNIC, pardon my French. And then they find out that there's some type of what do you call those situationships where the military has a name for it, where they're involved in some type of situationship. Like anyway, it's called Omicron, right? And so they're investigating everything and find out that Cass was involved. And so they're doing more and more investigating and everything. Now, read my notes now. I want to make sure I got all this right, because military stuff be a little confusing for me. Anywho, so they're doing a little more investigating, and Robin's old friend, who is a general, he's letting her have pretty much full reign to investigate, ask questions, do what she got to do, her and Mel. He's letting folks know if my homegirl Robin come up to you, Robin, actually they're going by last name. So if McCall come through, give McCall all the info she asked for. Don't hold back. So here we go. Now here's where it starts to get good. So then Robin finds that before that we see we see Cass. She's on some street hiding behind a building, and she's calling somebody on a burner phone. She's trying to talk to that person, but that person hung up. Pretty much they don't want to hear what she got to say. Then she looks around to see if she can leave out of that little corner spot. And then she sees them people looking for her. So apparently, something tells me she got a tracker or something on her, because they end up following her everywhere she go. And she's just on the street behind a building somewhere trying to call somebody, like in a cute little cubby holes nook situation. Anyway, so she see them people looking for her, and then they break away from her, right? So now we see Robin back on the military base, and this is the army now. And she finds out that she had an appointment with somebody, and that somebody is refusing to talk to her. Now, we all know General said whatever McCall asked, you're supposed to answer her. Well, this one ain't answering. And every time there's somebody who ain't answering, 9 times out of 10, they are involved. Not that they don't want to be involved, is that they don't want you to know they're involved. Ain't that some mess? Anywho, so this person, a man, of course, is just giving her to run around, letting her know, listen, I don't know nothing about nothing. Yeah, we had an appointment, but she never showed up. And then McCall asked him, so was it about Omicron? He said, I can't tell you nothing about Omicron, even if there is an Omicron. I don't even know how to spell Omicron. What's Omicron? So now she's just looking at him like, okay, well, you know what? I get with you later. So apparently Casco is considered AWOL. And now also Robin finds out that a friend of Cass passed away on base during some type of training exercise. Aha. Aha. See? Now her friends are passing away. How come ain't nobody else passed away? Why is it Cass' friends? When Cass leaves, about the same time she left, her friend passed away. Mm-hmm. Apparently, the friend know what Cass know. Some about this Omicron business. Oh Lord! So now we got Detective Dante. He's going back to his old precinct and he's asking for his old job back. Denied. His old sergeant, whatever her name is, the woman with the dreads, real, hard nose, beautiful woman. He ain't interested in her. He won't Robin, but she's just like that other dude on. If you watch my reviews or if you watch Raising Cain and Power Book 3, she is so set the captain over there on that show. I mean, hard nose and just all about the business, and we got to find out, and I don't give a damn. So anyway, the fact that he was, disrespecting her orders, using a vigilante to help solve crimes, being involved in the vigilantes jobs, she is not forgetting, because even though they came out on top, she doesn't like the vigilante situation. And because of all of that, that was the denial. That was the reason for the denial. She said, I thought you'd be with the big boys. What you doing over here slumming? He's like, well, my old job back. Well, only thing available is Staten Island. Ain't enough over here. So that's that on that. He's disappointed, but it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. But he did say, well, did I do a good job for you? She said, I don't like the vigilante stuff now. Didn't you hear me? Child. She's that type where sometimes just a stare will get you together, sitting up straight, eyes straight, chest out, shoulders back. That's the type of chick she looked like. Anywho, she probably the sweetest thing and sweetest as jelly once you get to know her. Anyway, so yeah, he got denied, and his lack of refusal to toe the line. That's exactly what she said as I look at my notes. And like I said, if he gonna do his own thing and not listen to her, well, what's the point in her being his boss? I mean, and then he came in with his crew because he went above her head when his crew needed a place for them to house and strategize, and she didn't know. So that's more disrespect. I don't blame her. First of all, you could have came to me. So now you want to come to me when you really need something, but you go over my head when you want to show me up. Not the kid. I don't blame her. No, ain't unavailable. Ain't no more green bean. Anyway, what else happened, child? Oh, Lord. Yeah, no. So now we got Robin and Mel. And they're asking about the senseless death of Corporal Jag. That was the deceased person. And so now Harry is shows on a surveillance how Cass stole a car, and it looked like she was hurt. And so they're trying to figure out, oh my God, what's wrong with her? And so now they said, well, she can't go to the hospital because they'll know who she is. And so they figure she went to some unknown clinic, to get help. And sure enough, they got some records and everything. And then they just keep on investigating. Next we see Ambi, and she's just talking to Dee, trying to cheer her up, and pretty much, when you want to go shopping, she's like, no, I don't want to do nothing, child, I'm tired. And so Ambi put it in Dee's head, well, you know what? How about you ask, what do you need to do in order to be accepted to the college? There's no harm in that, is there? And Dee was like, So, that's something, it's about being assertive, and it's teaching her how to not take no for an answer but to do it in a respectful way, to do it in a proper way. I like this show. I like this show because she's teaching her how to get involved, and also if she's ever in charge of something, she'll know how to handle that. See, all this is relative. It ain't just about the shooting ups and the criminals and the street knowledge. No, you need book knowledge and just straight up appropriate knowledge, if that's a term. But it's gonna be one right now. Anywho, what else happened, chat? Oh, so like I said, Robin thinks Cass was, assaulted in the most intimate way. And Robin called the client asking if he knew anything more, if he possibly knew that maybe Cass had been, assaulted. And then it kind of ruffles his feathers, thinking that could be a possibility. And she said, well, calm down, Brown. Don't be doing nothing stupid. Just stay by the line if I need you, or you let me know if you hear anything, but don't go snooping around. That's my job. You know what I'm saying? Let me do the work. That's why you hired me. You know what I'm saying? So Harry finds records of the death accident and they're investigating it. Harry says, what do you say? Oh, Lord. Oh, so he's trying to find Cassie, right? Cass, because she feels as though her life is in danger with them people looking for her. So Harry finds her at an abandoned warehouse, and she's like, she's probably going to meet some people or meet up with some people. So then both Mel and what's her name? Robin go over there and meet it to the warehouse. So those people come to look for her. Those are the people following her. So luckily they are tracking these people so that they can, help Cass get away free. So Cass is trying to meet with some folks, and Mel then goes to get Cass too. And right when it got real close to comfort, Robin goes to the bar, and come to find out the person that she called, they found out who that was. That person frequents the bar, and that's when Robin, kind of went to the bar, found out who she was, and introduced herself oh so subtly, but not really, letting her know, she knows what's going on, and she just needs for her to come forward. She don't want to, because she was also attacked the same way Cass was, and most likely that dead cadet, right? So Robin is just really trying to get her to, come forward and everything. And it was a long, drawn out conversation, but it just may work. It just may work. Next we see Detective Dante tells Robin he's taking a job in Staten Island and he got to do what he got to do. And she was like, oh, okay, well, call me later, boo. So then Mel shows up to the warehouse. Like I said, right before them people show up, they tried it, didn't work. Mel put them down. Now she had both hands full. Right hand had Smith, the left hand had Weston, and she had Cass, protected. She's letting them know, listen, I'm gonna need y'all to, stand down with the woo. They approached her. Both trigger fingers on both hands went off, and all you heard was them hitting the floor. I know that's right. She showed up at the right doggone time. Oh my goodness. So then Mel takes Cass to a safe place, like a safe house, and she's telling her what's going on, and just, it is exactly what it is. And so Cass wants to tell her story too. So then they go to Sloan, and they're just trying to figure everything out, right? So in the midst of trying to figure it all out, Mel is talking to Robin, confirming everything. But certain people, Robin's telling Mel, certain people are afraid to move forward. And at the same time, Cass is hearing the conversation, gets spooked, and runs off. Dang, why she got to run off? See, every time the folks get safe, they run off, something happens. Every single doggone time. So then Robin goes to the general. She lets him know what's been going on. He don't believe her. He's like, nah, so-and-so wouldn't do it. So-and-so was all this and all that in a bag of chips. Yeah, well, then so Robin tells him off. She was like, I guess you ain't the person I thought you was. He calls her a nickname that they've been using. She's like, no, McCall. McCall is my name. So she's letting him know, nah, we ain't nick and naming. You gonna call me by my real name. Because we ain't nick and naming. That's it, that's all. So Robin and Mel talk about the general, and it's just making matters worse. Making matters worse. Making matters worse. So now, the person who did this to Cass, we see him at some mixer situation, and he's subtly making moves on a young recruit. Then Cass appears, child. She got a, you know what, aim right at his chest. Everybody's like, ooh. And then here come Robin and Mel, because they figured out where she was going. Of course they know where she's going, child. They always figure it out. So they're trying to talk her off the ledge. So Mel convinces Cass to let everybody else go and just deal with this fool who did this to you. So she's like, okay, everybody else can go. So in the midst of them trying to talk Cass down, he talking, I think his name is Strickland. Then all of a sudden the military police come and they ain't leaving. Like, nah, nah, we ain't leaving. So Cass ends up surrendering her firearm and they take her into custody. Then the general comes, child. He had a change of heart. Yes. Big time general. So then he had the MPs arrest Strickland, let her go, even though she is in trouble, but she ain't got to be in handcuffs since she is the victim. And Strickland's trying to tell the general, if I go down, you go down with me. He said, mother, I ain't going down for shit. You the one who did all this, so you got to pay the piper. Anyway, take him away. So, things looking up. Next we see Detective Dante getting lit at Mel's bar. It's like, sure, I ain't got no job right now. I might as well go ahead and sauce it up. So his old boss showed up. Ain't that nothing to the bar? Because guess what? She received a phone call from Robin. Robin was like, hi, this is Marcus's friend. She was like, yeah, what you want? So Robin convinced her that was he or was he not the best officer or detective, whatever word she used, on the force, yes or no? And then the boss lady kind of, how they ponder and pause, and then they go to commercial. So now we know she's having a change of heart, and here she is at the bar having what he's having, chopping it up, letting them know, listen, ain't gonna be no more shenanigans. This is what's gonna happen. Whoop de woo, whoop de woo, whoop de woo. And he was like, for real? For real? For real though? She offers him his job back. And she was like, no vigilante shenanigans. I ain't playing this time. That's it. That's all, motherfucker. That's it. So he got his job back. He ain't got to go all the way to Staten Island. Anywho, so D goes to Ambai about college, rejection. Not much of an answer, but social media may have played a part regarding her arrest a couple of years ago. Dee says she wouldn't change a thing no matter what. It is what it is, and yada, yada. Again, those who perform and do behaviors and actions have to know whatever consequence there may be, you have to deal with it. And that has a trickle-down effect to other things. For instance, she's a young girl, got arrested for protesting for a good cause. However, it's still, she got arrested, and that could also damage her college future. And she knew that then. It was a discussion then. If y'all watch back then, let's see, was it season 3 maybe? So yeah, we just gonna, hopefully she'll get some better offers, because she did mention that wasn't her first choice school. So who knows? You know what I'm saying? So next, the last scene, we see Cass. She's at the base. She's coming out of, I guess, uh, military court, whatever that is. And she was like, well, I'm not going to face any charges, but, I'm going to stay in the army. I don't want to leave the army. Robin offered her a fresh start. She sure was offering jobs left and right. First Detective Dante, now Cass. Both of them rejected, like, no, you go ahead and do that. We don't want to do that with you. So Cass was like, no, I belong here. This is where I want to be. And next thing you know, they see them carrying a casket, and that's Sloan, her friend, who unfortunately, was murked on base, and they're just doing some burial situations with her. And so then Robin calls them to attention, and they give her a salute. That's the most respectful way that they can show love to a fellow recruit, dead or alive, from my understanding. If you didn't know, now you know. And pretty much that was it, y'all. Yes, yes, yes. That was the Equalizer. Yes, season 5, episode Lucky 13. How many more of these are we going to do? All right now. Oh, let it be season 4. Oh, again, I love this show. I appreciate you for tuning in, y'all. So don't you forget to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and share. And don't forget to come back. We got more for you. All right, bye.